is a senior. He's wearing number 1. He'll be listed as a 5'10", 165 pounds. Also, the tailback, Jimmy Colbert, he's listed 5'10", 170 pounds and a junior, wearing number 6. And the fullback, DeJuan Miles, wearing number 30. He's 6 foot 210 and a junior. And let's throw it out to David Polk.
David Polk on this button sideline, the coin toss.
Well, we've got the niceties going on down here. All the captains are introducing themselves to each other and doing the things that they do before it. The White Hat, this crew is from Tulsa. They've come down. Don Thomas is a White Hat, and he's about to get started.
Gary Schultz will be our umpire. Over on the west flank here, Gary Easley will be our line judge. On the east flank, Scott Hildebrand will be our back judge, and Ronnie Robson will be our head linesman. You're the visitor, White. Here's the coin. It's the head, Captain. That's the tail. Call it when I flip it in the air. And I'll ask you what he called, Captain. Hang on. Call it. What he called? It is a tail. You won the toss.
The Lawton MacArthur Highlanders called tails. They won the toss. They've deferred. The Ardmore Tigers are now trying to figure out what they're going to do. I'm sure they'll take the ball, and that's, I think, what's going to happen. The Tigers are going to receive the ball, I believe, from the north end of the stadium. The Highlanders will probably kick from the scoreboard.
Thank you very much, David Polk, with the button starter and alternator repair. Button starter and alternator repair, 28 South or North Commerce in Ardmore. Stop by and get your free battery check today. As get ready for the winter. As the winter comes on, they'll test your battery for free. And if you need one, they can hook you up. Button starter, alternator repair. The captains for tonight's ball games: Drew McAdoo, number 1, also number 13, Justin Day, also number 33, Marquise Booker, and number 21, Robert Gordon. So the Tigers will be receiving or kicking.
They're going to receive.
Receiving. All right.
Hey, guys, would you check the weather back at the station? Tell me what it's going to do, because it sure looks nasty behind us.
We'll try to get that checked out.
I'm glad we can't see him back there.
I'm glad we can't either. Thanks for sharing that with us, David.
You're welcome. I'm down here with it, you know.
We're 30 seconds away as the spirit lines are formed. They've paused the clock, though. We're getting ready to. And Billy, you're looking at something there. What do you got?
Well, we're talking about the key is defense, but really you look at these two offensive units, and Ardmore averaging 335 yards a ball game. Lawton MacArthur 264 yards. But again, they get there differently. Ardmore likes to throw the ball a little bit more than Lawton MacArthur does. Ardmore is averaging 181 yards passing a ball game. Lawton MacArthur averaging about 42 yards. So they like to feature that ground attack. But both of them very explosive offenses in their own way. And it's going to be an exciting night. As you look up there, the Tigers are averaging about 22 points a game. Lawton MacArthur just a little over 30 points a ball game.
Talking prior to the game, one of the coaches and the MacArthur Highlanders have a tendency to turn the ball over, put the ball on the ground. That right there would be a momentum shifter and a key for the Ardmore Tigers. We're going to take a timeout, check on the weather. We'll be back after this on 95.7 KKAJ. Checked on the weather. They say it's not going to rain.
That's about right.
Yeah, they have said that the moisture has dissipated and that the front is having a hard time working, and so hopefully they say the rain won't last very long. Doesn't mean they're not out here on the field as the MacArthur Highlanders are. The Tigers have also come out. Their spirit line is broken down now and moved back to the stands as the team forms on the side. It'll be kickoff here in just a moment. We'll just keep it right here and really look forward to a good football game.
Well, the Tigers are going to have to take care of the football, too, because they had a tendency in that first quarter. They kind of had fumbleitis a little bit as on the opening kick, fumbled the ball out at the 5-yard line, put themselves in a hole, and then fumbled on that first possession that was recovered in midair and returned for a touchdown for Duncan. So can't get a start like that against a quality opponent like Lawton MacArthur. But, you know, with the rain and the slick conditions and the wet hands, that's something that you worry about on a night like this.
Both teams 1-0 in the district. The Tigers 3-1 on the season. The Highlanders, I believe, 4-0 on the season. As they have played some good, tough opponents.
Uh-oh. So
that wasn't good.
Lightning bolt.
As we get ready to start off, number 23, Jacob Brunstetter, with the kicking duties. Back deep for the Tigers, it'll be Dante Miller and Jermaine Gresham standing on about their own 10-yard line. Then we're underway as it's a high kick over to the right side, and it's going to be fielded. Robert Gordon, it was going back to block, and it hit him in the back. And he just turned around and covered it as smartly as he didn't know where the defense was. So the Tigers will take over. As it was a short kick, they'll take over from the 21-yard line, 1st and 10. And
in a driving rain, we're going to see how it changes that game plan that you might have here, because you got to be a little bit protective with the football. And Terry, I just had a chance to glance down the starting lineup. Two different type teams here. Tigers are young, getting better every game. Lawton MacArthur has been there, made it to the state finals last year. They've got 16 seniors in their starting 22. Really the first time we've had adverse weather for football Friday this season for the Tigers. As McAdoo will come under center. He's got a lone back in the backfield, 2 receivers out left and right. McAdoo keeps it on a keeper around the right side. He gets past the 23 up to the 27, or past the 25 up to the 27-yard line. It'll be a nice gain of about 8, and it'll make it 2nd down and 2. Just a fake up the middle to the fullback, Juwan Miles, and then Drew pulled it out, ran around the right end. Nice block on the defensive end there as he got pinned up inside, and good yardage on 1st down, brings up 2nd and short, 2nd and 2. Nice fan support has made it out to the ball field tonight for the Tigers, and MacArthur Highlanders wearing yellow with white jerseys. McAdoo keeps it. Now he pushes his way forward. He'll cross the 30-yard line, just shy of the 1st down. It'll be a gain of about 1.5 yards, and he'll have about 6 inches to go for the 1st down. That's just good defense there for the Highlanders. Jermel Cudjoe there. He's a big guy. He's listed 6'3", 271, and a senior. He just dug up in there. And it looked like there might have been a little bit of a fumble inside, and Drew just pulled the ball out, fell forward to get what he could. 10:53 in the 1st quarter of play. If you're just joining us, no score as the Tigers on their 3rd play of the drive and the series. McAdoo on a keeper pushes his way forward. He'll get plenty of yardage for the 1st down, and that'll make it 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line, Tigers. Good blocking up front, and credit Gene Cormier that time. Just got down low, got a good surge up the middle, and Drew McAdoo just ducked his head, rode the center, a little bit to the left side, picks up the 1st down. As they break the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage, Jermaine Gresham will go to the far left, Dante Miller to the right, McAdoo under center, lone back in the backfield, man in motion. Handoff to Marquise Booker over the right side. He breaks through the tackle, hits the line of scrimmage, and he'll be wrapped up there, falls forward for a gain of 1 yard, maybe 2. They'll mark him just shy of the 35-yard line, and it'll make it 2nd down and about 7. Looked like Chris Moore and also David Cooper for the Highlanders. Good defense there as they were in the backfield and got an ankle. One got an ankle, and the other got what he could, and combined to bring him down. As Miller comes out to the near side, Jermaine Gresham will go to the far side. McAdoo will stay under center. He's got a strong side to the left and one lone back. That'll be Juwan Miles in the backfield. McAdoo back to pass. He looks to throw, changes his mind, pulls it down, and just crosses the 35, and he gets swarmed as the MacArthur Highlander defense closed quickly. It'll be a gain of a couple. It'll make it 3rd down and about 6. Good defense again. That was David Cooper. He's got good quickness, as it looked like McAdoo had some room to run there, and David Cooper came across and made the tackle there. 5'11", 190-pound senior. Good quickness in that defensive backfield for MacArthur. That's the speed that the coach was talking about earlier during Tiger Talk, is McAdoo really had a good hold run through, and it closed very quickly. Strong to the left side, 3 receivers out. It'll be McAdoo. Rolls to his left on an option, keeps it, tries to get around to the outside, turns a corner, and gets hit right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be no gain, and that'll bring on the punting unit as the drive comes to a completion. And the Tigers will have to kick it away. Let's send it quickly down to the Button sideline. David Polk, tell us about the weather down there.
Well, it's still raining. I think part of the problem that you saw, guys, and there were some spots that we had to put some a sod out this year on the football field, and where Drew cut on the home side of the field a little bit ago, he got in some of that new sod. That's the reason why he lost his footing.
Bad snap.
Low snap, it hits the ground, and now it's blocked by the Highlanders. It'll be blocked and goes out of bounds. It'll be actually a loss of 8 or 9 yards. The Highlanders now will take over 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line in Ardmore territory. So a very costly mistake there for the Tigers.
Well, in a driving rain, and you worry about being able to handle that football. That was just a poor snap, and the punter tried to go down and pick it up, just had too much penetration in the middle and a block. And the first mistake for the Ardmore Tigers as they start out a little shaky in a driving rain, though. Going to be tough for anybody to execute well in this kind of a rainstorm.
As hopefully the front will move through quickly and the rain will pass and we can get down to a little bit better conditions. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 in the slot on the left side, and there's that misdirection as he hands off to number 16 coming around across the 20 down to the 15, and that's going to be Kevin King, the ball carrier. As the 5'9", 153-pound junior gets up hobbling, though, as he's looks like he lost a shoe or twisted an ankle. Tiger defense closed quickly, though.
It wasn't that much misdirection, though, as the quarterback Carstensen just rolled to his right, handed the ball back, coming back the other way to Kevin King, and took the Tigers a second to recognize what's going on, and he picks up a nice gain, brings up 2nd and short.
2nd down and about 3. Wesley Carstensen under center, hands off to number 6 around the right side, kind of an end around, hits the 5, 4, 3, gets touchdown, MacArthur. So in 2 quick plays, the Highlanders go up 6 to nothing on the Tigers.
And boy, Tiger defense just not home, so they're going to have to stay at home. That's just a handoff going the other direction there as the trailing back, Magali Lee, comes around. He just makes the handoff to him, and it looked like he was untouched, Terry, as he sprinted around that right side.
On a 15-yard run, Miguel Lee with a touchdown got into the corner over on the far side.
Hey, it's raining, guys.
As the kicker is number 23, Jacob Brunstetter, sets up for the extra point. It'll be Carstensen holding. Brunstetter. There's the snap. It's low, but he doesn't get the kick away as it's blocked by Maurice Grant. Great job there, getting in and getting good penetration on the Highlanders. So it'll be 6 to nothing with 7:32 in the first quarter of play. We're back after this on 95.7 KKAJ. Highlanders kick off, and the Tigers unable to field as it hit the ground on the far right side, and I believe it was Gene Cormier with the recovery.
Also
down in the ball.
Saw Jermaine Gresham down in that area too, but again on the second kick of the night, Tigers fumble it, put it on the ground, able to get on top of that one. The Tigers make the first mistake, and Lawton MacArthur, as championship teams normally do, makes the Tigers pay for it, although Maurice Grant did get the block of the extra point to hold it to a 6-0 lead for MacArthur.
1st and 10 from the 27-yard line, or 28-yard line. McAdoo under center. McAdoo keeps it over the right guard as he put it in and pulled it back out of the fullback. It'll be a gain of a couple of yards. It'll make it 2nd down and 8 from the 30.
Tackling by committee there for the Highlanders. They really swarmed the football well. McAdoo, pretty much the offense so far on the first couple of series has been McAdoo, because it's kind of scary to hand that ball off inside, and he's just been ducking it up and getting what he can.
As the ball continues to get more and wetter as the night continues, that'll be a real issue, as it always becomes that. McAdoo will come under center. He's got Gresham to the near side, Miller to the far side. McAdoo rolls to his right, all the way over by the sideline. Now he throws it downfield. It'll be just thrown his way as he had nowhere to throw. Gresham was covered up. So was Dante Miller. He only had 2 men downfield. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
And he had a lot of heat from big old 73 there for the Islanders. And that guy, Jermail Cujo, is just everywhere, and he is a monster, 6'3", just like in the movie.
How many Cujos do they need?
6'3", 271, and he was chasing and keeping up with Drew McAdoo, and a wise play for Drew just to get rid of that football.
As they come under center, or come out from the huddle, we're going to try to get these numbers right tonight. The MacArthur Highlanders already up 6-0 on the Tigers. If you're just joining us, Terry Long with Billy Wallace and David Polk. McAdoo under center, back to pass. He's got protection. He looks to throw. Now the pocket collapses. He'll come out of the pocket and he'll get barely back to the line of scrimmage before he's taken down by number 32. That's going to be David Cooper with the tackle. No gain. Fourth down is 3rd and 7. No, 4th and 7. The Tigers are going to punt it away.
And that was a quick possession and really not what Ardmore needed. They needed to build a little momentum, although, you know, it limits your offense a little bit. The rain's starting to let up a little bit. It's easy for me to say. I'm glassed in, but seems to be letting up a little.
Now we've got flags on the play as the, not sure what, we'll send it down to David Polk in the Button sideline. What was the call, David?
They're counting. They think maybe that Ardmore had 12 men on the field.
Well, one of them just came off, so I might have to agree with it.
I think that's going to be the call. They'll back them up 5, and we'll kick it again.
Back them up 5. Too many men on the field for the Tigers. 6:09 in the first, and a very shaky first quarter of play so far for the Tigers. McAdoo will be standing on his own 12-yard line. Back deep for the Highlanders they'll be at the 40-yard line. It'll be number 6. That's Miguel Lee, and I can't catch the other number.
It's Brandstetter, the kicker.
Brandstetter, number 23. Good snap this time. McAdoo gets the kick away. It's a nice high spiral. Brandstetter fields it at the 37, across the 40, and gets slammed to the turf by number 79. And that's going to be Josh Lester with a nice play there and nice coverage downfield. Billy?
Yeah, one of the Tiger offensive linemen, one of the first guys down there, and a nice open field tackle, good coverage, and a nice punt for McAdoo under tough conditions.
As the Highlanders will take it over on their own 42-yard line, 1st and 10.
And Ardmore needs a break right here. They need a fumbled snap or a bad play from Lawton MacArthur to wrestle back a little bit of momentum.
Karstensen under center. Got 3 receivers to the left. Miguel Lee comes across the left side, following behind. Across the 50 to the 45. And he's going to get driven out of bounds there by, I believe that's number 3, Ellis Knight.
It is, and again, that same play that they've run, that time they just hand it to him as he's lined up to the right, comes back through the backfield, takes the handoff, goes around the left end, and nobody at home. We talked about Tigers going to have to stay at home. Nobody was there when he got to the corner.
Karstensen comes in from the sideline with the play. As he does just like McAdoo, goes over and talks to the coach between plays. Now they send receivers out to the far right side. Karstensen comes under center. One lone back in the backfield. 4-man front for the Tigers. Man in motion. Hand off to him as he gets almost wrapped up in the backfield. Cross the 45 to the 40. That's number 16. It's going to be Kevin King. He gets all the way down to the 38-yard line. It'll be short of the first down, but it'll be 2nd down and about 3.
Well, Justin Fields had a shot in the backfield, but King just outran him and still turns it into a 5-yard gain. Actually, more than that, about 8 yards, looks like.
As Kevin Karstensen doing a good job so far. It's just been end rounds, really. It hasn't been a lot of misdirection yet for the Highlanders. They'll send 3 out to the left side. Karstensen under center, the lone back in the backfield. Man in motion to the left. Hands off to him. He comes around and tries to turn a corner. This time the Tigers stay home, and they make the play. That's going to be DeJuan Miles with a nice tackle, and Ellis Knight comes up to make the stop as well. It'll be a loss of a couple. They'll mark it just shy of the 40-yard line in Ardmore territory, and that'll be 3rd down and about 5.
And that is what the Tigers needed there. Really a nice play by DeJuan Miles from his linebacker position. Has seen that play a few times. That time got himself into the backfield, and a good open field tackle there. And there's something going on.
Flag on the play. Let's send it down to the Button sideline with David Polk.
Got a block in the back on the MacArthur Highlanders, so that's going to back them up 10, put them in really good shape. It's 3rd down or 2nd down again and about 13, 14 yards, but that's really good for Ardmore.
As the Highlanders will now be on their own, or in the Ardmore territory just across midfield. And it'll be second down and about 13, maybe 14 yards. Carstensen will stay under center. 4 receivers to the right side, man in motion. Quick throw over the middle, almost intercepted by McAdoo as he came up from the safety position. And really, that was just a quick slant in and a little too behind the receiver.
Now, there's your little misdirection, though. The quickest play action you'll ever see, a quick fake and then a quick slant inside. McAdoo, the closest man there, as he's trying to hit that back, coming out of the backfield. And just didn't get it delivered on time. And it's a big third down. Tigers need to hold right here.
Thought McAdoo was going to get to it. Couldn't quite get it. It was just past his reach. Carstensen will stay under center. He's got 1 to the near side, 3 to the far side. He rolls to his right. He's under pressure, throws downfield. He's got a flag on the play. It's caught at the 35, down to the 30, but there is a flag on the play. It'll be good for the first down. Let's see what the call is with David Polk and Button sideline.
There's a really good chance they'll bring that back for possibly a hold on the tight end. That call actually came from the back judge, which would indicate that probably is what it's going to be. So hopefully we'll back it up from that spot and take the first down away.
We'll see what that is. Unfortunately, I saw lightning a ways off in the distance. Hopefully it doesn't move this direction.
As long as it stays over there and goes that way.
Yes.
I think it's cleared behind us now. We should be in good shape.
So the front has moved through. The rain is cleared off as the umbrellas are getting put away.
Going to wave it off.
Going to wave it off.
They're going to wave off the, that means the play, the result of the play is a first down as the Highlanders completed the pass over the right side. It was a gain of about 14, maybe 15 yards. They'll mark it at the 31-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10.
And credit Ryan Carstensen with really a nice arm. That's pretty much a rocket as he got that ball out to McGalley, and he knew exactly where to be, got beyond the first down sticks. And a big first down pickup for Lawton MacArthur.
Carstensen under center. 3 receivers to the right, man in motion. Hand off to the fullback up the middle. He gets tripped up right at the line of scrimmage, but he was falling forward. It'll be a gain of about 5. He's a big guy, and that's going to be I believe number 46. I don't have that number on my roster, so that probably isn't correct.
Well, that was Marquis Booker with just a last chance tackle there. If he doesn't get him by the shoestring, that guy might still be running.
4:04 left in the first quarter as the Highlanders on their 8th play of the drive. Carstensen under center, man in motion to the left. Hand off to the fullback up the middle. He gets stacked up at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a gain of maybe a yard, and that's number 32, David Cooper. The fullback.
And Justin Day, Marquis Booker combined efforts on that tackle. Still, that offensive line for MacArthur getting a good push up front is really no containment until they get back to the linebacker area and back in the secondary for the Tigers.
Make it a gain of a yard, and they mark it at the 24-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 3.5. As the Highlanders break huddle, they'll send 2 here to the left side, keep everybody else in tight. Man in motion. There's the fullback up the middle. As he gets stacked up, it won't be good enough for the first down, and that's a good defensive stand there as the Tigers hold the run. It'll be a gain of maybe a yard. They'll mark it at the 22-yard line, and that'll make it 4th down and maybe a yard and a half.
Yeah, but there's where MacArthur makes you really earn your paycheck, because they fake the ball that's been so successful, that almost a reverse look there as number 4, J.R. Harris, comes across, takes the fake from the quarterback, but then they hand the ball right up the gut to David Cooper. So they really make you play all your assignments correctly and find the football and then make a good tackle. As Cooper's a solid young guy, hard guy to get down.
As the Tiger defense is starting to settle down and stay at home, and then you're not seeing the big breakaways, as we saw earlier in the possessions. Carstensen brings everybody in close. There's the snap, hands off to the man over the right side. He's going to be, I believe he's going to get the first down, but he was hit right at the marker. Well, let's see where they make the spot. They're going to spot it at the 20. David Polk on the sideline. What do you think on the first down?
It is a first down. It was a good spot. He did get forward progress to the 20. The line judge is right on it, so it'll be 1st and 10 from right at the 20-yard line.
That just almost looked like a sweep to the right side. Looked like the Green Bay Packers, and MacArthur's uniforms kind of remind you of the Packers. But the old sweep going right, just power football up front. good blocking on the right side, and a first down.
As they move the chains, 1st and 10 from the 20. Misdirection, and it's going to be the Carstensen keeps it, goes around the right side, gets down to the 5, but there is a flag in the backfield on the play.
That's motion on the backfield.
Motion on the backfield, our sideline reporter David Polk says, and that'll back him up. Illegal shift. That'll put it at the 25-yard line, negate the play. Nice run there, though, by Carstensen.
And boy, you look up, and it's already just 2 minutes remaining. First quarter, of course, Lawton MacArthur with the lead 6-0. Maurice Grant with the blocked extra point to hold it to a 6-0 lead. But these teams have, this is only the second possession for MacArthur, and we're out of time almost in the first quarter.
No, only 2 passes in the ball game so far. One for the Highlanders that was complete, one incomplete. Carstensen will come under center. He's got one receiver left and right, a lone back, and one receiver in the slot on the right. He comes in motion to the left, and he'll take the ball, and he'll get wrapped up in the backfield. That's number 11, Stefan Beasley. And it'll be a loss of 4, and they'll mark it at the 30 or the 29-yard line, and it'll bring up a long second down and 19.
Great defensive play for Kevin Andrews there as he got him in the backfield. Henderson coming around on that little reverse play. We've seen this entire quarter, but that time penetration up the middle, and Ardmore, that's their best play against that so offensive set that we've seen so far in the ballgame.
And as they see more and more of it, I believe you'll start to see more of that. The Tigers keep it. Carstensen goes on that quick slant over the right side, and they whistle it dead before the play completes. We get a flag on the play, and that'll back up the Highlanders again. It'll be a false start, and that's going to make it a long second down and 24.
Well, Carstensen trying to hit McGalley again on that little slant pass, and boy, that is the quickest fake and throw that you will see. But this time somebody jumped a little bit early, and it's fortunate for the Tigers as McGalley was open.
As that's the only pass. Well, they've thrown 2 passes. They've thrown that one. It's been incomplete both times, so maybe it's a little too quick for them. Carstensen under center. Man in motion. Carstensen keeps it. Play action to the right side. He rolls. He's going to get under pressure as Miles gets to him, brings him down at the 42-yard line. It'll be a loss of 8, maybe 9 yards. What a great defensive effort by Tawan Miles.
And that is the deepest drop we've seen Carstensen take as he was trying to throw the ball deep. He had McGalley out on it looked like an out pattern trying to pick up the first down, and that was just well read. Good defense for DeJuan Miles.
Hey guys, we were really fortunate there. Really fortunate there. They're giving me grief down here. Karsten never went down. He was the official blew the whistle, but we were real fortunate there because he was on his way back up, but nothing ever hit the ground. We dodged a bullet.
As Carstensen will come under center. He's back to pass. He's looking down to the left side and it's going to almost be intercepted. And I believe that's Jermaine Gresham it's Ellis Knight on the ground as he went over the middle, tried to go between 2 Tigers and almost got it picked off as the quarter comes almost to a close. 4 seconds left on the clock in the first quarter of play. It's 6-0 if you're just joining us. As the Highlanders got off to a quick start after a blocked punt. This time the Highlanders back to punt. He's standing on the 44-yard line. The Tigers almost get to it. That's Maurice Grant. I believe they did as they knocked it out of bounds. David Polk, did he get a piece of that?
I'm not sure he got a piece of it. MacArthur,
he says he is.
MacArthur runs a really funny punt scheme. They generally will run to the right and he'll punt while he's running, and that time he just got in on him really quick and he didn't have a chance to get it off. He may have got a finger on it.
I think he did because he was coming off with his hand in the air, and it's going to be a very, very short kick as he barely gets it past the 40-yard line, and the Tigers with great field position now as they'll start 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. As the quarter comes to an end, we'll be back after this on 95.7 KKJ. Billy Wallace and David Polk. As the rain has subsided, the score is 6-0 after the first quarter. As we get ready to start off the second quarter, it'll be the Tigers with the football at the 36-yard line. Thought they were on the 37, but on the other end of the field. Now they are moving to the north. Man in motion. That's Jermaine Stubblefield. As he comes across around the right side, tries to turn the corner and almost gets there, but he gets brought down by a couple of Highlanders. It'll be a gain of 2, maybe 3 yards. They'll mark it just shy of the 40, and it'll be second down and about 7.
Wow, good speed for Chris Moore, the linebacker for Lawton MacArthur, because it looked like Stubblefield had a crease out there, and he's got good wheels, but Chris Moore ran him down, got him by the back of the jersey. Moore listed 6 foot, 177 pounds. Another one of those 16 seniors that start for the Highlanders.
As the Tigers break the huddle, they'll send Dante Miller to the far side, Gresham to the near side, Maurice Grant in the slot. Jermaine Stubblefield in the backfield. McAdoo under center, he looks to throw. He throws over here to the left side, hits Gresham at the 43, and he'll fall forward to the 44 as he's a tall young man. And it'll be a gain of a couple. Makes it third down and about a long 3.
First touch of the football for Jermaine Gresham. The tackle made that time by J.R. Harris for the Highlanders. But I think that the Tigers are going to have to get the ball in Gresham's hands, use that advantage that they've got with his size, as you need an equalizer out there. You know, that running game has been tough so far in this first half of football for Ardmore, so you may have to open it up a little bit through the air.
It says it's on a 3rd and 2 on the scoreboard, but it's really closer to the 3 yards. McAdoo will come under center. He sends 2 out to the far side and 1 to the near side. Hand off to Stubblefield. He's going to get wrapped up in the backfield before he ever gets a chance to start. And that's number 73, Jamel Cujo, who got penetration and sacked Stubblefield back. It'll be a loss of 2 or 3, and they'll mark it at the 41-yard line. The Tigers punting unit will come on the field.
And we talked about Stubblefield, just a sophomore and not the biggest guy in the world, and that time ran into the biggest player wearing yellow for Lawton MacArthur, and there was no going.
He's got swallowed up by Cujo. McAdoo back to punt. Low snap, but he does field it cleanly. Nice kick as he gets it all the way down to the 25, 20, takes an Ardmore Tiger roll, gets down to the 13-yard line, and that's where the Highlanders will have to take over 1st and 10, deep in their own territory. Best field position the Tigers have put the Highlanders in so far in the ballgame.
And good hustle, Stephen Lee, trying to hurry up and get down there, keep it from going in the end zone, and it made a left turn, went out of bounds, but a nice job for McAdoo in the punting game, and that's kind of big tonight. When you got this kind of weather conditions going on, sometimes that kicking game, as we have seen with the blocked punt in the first quarter that ended up in 6 points for MacArthur, but sometimes that punting game has to pull you through when you have conditions like this.
6-0, Tigers lead, or Tigers trail. Karstensen will come under center for the Highlanders. Got 2 out to the left. Hands off to the man coming around the left side in motion. He tries to turn the corner and does. Maurice Grant standing out there, though, wraps him up. It'll be a gain of maybe a yard as he barely got back to the line of scrimmage as the defense penetrated and pushed him back, Billy.
They did. Dante Moore and Kevin Andrews both pushed their way into the backfield, but credit the tailback that time, Gareth Rentis, as he got outside and ran through a couple of tackles. Didn't pick up much, but did get back to the line of scrimmage.
Rentis, I'm not real sure what to call that position. It's kind of an X-back as he comes across in motion or behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a timeout. Lawton MacArthur will take one as well. We're back after this on 95.7 KKJ. To the fullback up the middle, he'll cross in the 20. This will be a nice run, a gain of about 7. They'll mark it right at the 20-yard line. It'll be third down and about a yard.
And that's J.R. Harris. Just a straight handoff up the middle, something we have not seen a lot of from Lawton MacArthur, but that was a nice pickup. Makes it a 3rd and makeable situation, 3rd and 1 for the Highlanders.
Nobody in the backfield, 5 out. Now we've got movement all over the line, both sides. There'll be a flag on the play. 9:08.
And I think the Tigers got suckered across the line.
They did. As we didn't have to send it down to the Button sideline. We wanted to, but David Polk, we didn't like the call.
Well, we just jumped out there off sides. The bottom line is they've got nobody in the backfield. They haven't shown that formation all night, and we should have known that was coming. So That's just a young team. By the end of the year, they'll have that covered.
As the rain has subsided, the fans are starting to come back out from underneath the stadium, and the stadium's starting to fill up. It's Carstensen under center. 5 men out. Hands off to the first man through as he kept it himself. Carstensen gets to the 24, make that the 29. It'll be a gain of 5, second down and about 5 to go.
Ryan Carstensen really quick and a quick thinker too. As he turned around, I'm not sure that wasn't a busted play. Turned around, nobody there. He just did a little pirouette, took it up right up straight ahead, and picked up a nice a block on the left side. Picks up 4 yards on first down on a busted play, and that's why you like those senior quarterbacks.
As he's doing a good job so far moving the football for the Highlanders. Now he's got a man in motion. This time he'll hand off to Rentis coming out of the backfield. He'll get stacked up as he came in motion across that line. As Gareth Rentis again comes across and then shoots up the line right around between the tackle and the end.
And there's DeJuan Miles, the linebacker for the Tigers, met him right in the hole, pushed him backwards. No gain on that play. Will bring up 3rd down and 6.
Actually, about a loss of a yard. If you're just now joining us, this Lawton MacArthur Highlander team really does a great job of putting people in motion and handing off. And that senior quarterback, I mean, he's something to watch as he's got a quick movement off the line of scrimmage. Carstensen, back to pass, play action, throws down to the left side. He's got a man, and Ellis Knight with a great play as he come across and knocked the ball away. As the intended receiver was number 34, Gareth Rentis.
And Gareth is open, and Ellis Knight, if he doesn't make the play, that's going to be a touchdown there. So pretty gutsy play by that safety for the Tigers, and he got over there, got a hand on it, slapped it away from Rentis.
That's going to bring up 4th down and a long 6, as the Highlanders will have to punt it away. Back deep will be Dante Miller. He'll be standing at his own 33-yard line. And punting for the Highlanders will be Wesley Westbrook, number 8. 5'11", 165 senior. He'll stand on his own 20. There's the snap. It's really that running kick as David described earlier. Miller picks it up at the 35 to the 40. Breaks 2 tackles, hits the 45, still on his feet, and he gets all the way out almost to midfield. He'll get brought down right at the 49-yard line, and it'll be a nice return of about 14 yards after a 25-yard or 35-yard kick. And the Tigers will take over 1st and 10 from their own 49.
And good quickness for that guy, too. Dante Miller's got some quickness on his side. A couple of nice decisions, a couple of head fakes, got him some extra yardage there, gets the ball out almost to midfield. 7:06 remaining 2nd quarter. Tigers a chance. Best field position of the night.
As McAdoo will let the play develop, he'll send Gresham to the far side, Maurice Grant in the slot, Dante Miller to the near side, Stubblefield in the backfield by himself. McAdoo under center, looks to throw, he's got time, rolls to his left, looks again, changes his mind, pulls it down, gets back to the line of scrimmage. As the coverage was there, David Cooper came over, was starting to put pressure on him. Nowhere to throw downfield, Billy.
David Cooper, though, the linebacker, really covers some territory there. Good ankle tackle on McAdoo. It'd probably be a pretty good decision for Drew there, as he didn't try to force anything downfield. They do have the ball at midfield, going to take care of that football there, but Cooper just made a nice defensive play.
As he was flushed from the pocket to the left, if he'd been flushed to the right, he probably could have gotten to Jermaine Gresham way on the far side of the field. But you're right, he didn't make a wrong decision and didn't force anything. This time, same formation, but reverse it. Gresham to the near side, Miller to the far side. Handoff to Stubblefield on a draw. He'll get barely back. Actually, he didn't get to the line of scrimmage. There'll be a loss of a yard as Maurice Grant tried to get in there, but kind of got blocked back into him. And that'll make it 3rd down and 10.
Well, and a couple of Highlanders, Mitchell Eichenauer and also, I think it was 24 there in the backfield, Chris Nettles. And just really didn't let that play develop as they tried a little bit of misdirection that time, the Tigers did, but just got jammed up inside, rerouted the ball carrier back up into where the containment could get him and make the tackle.
Brandon McCarroll comes off the field as Justin Day comes in for the Tigers. He'll go into the slot on the far side along with Dante Miller. On this side, it'll be Robert Gordon and Jermaine Gresham. McAdoo back to pass. He's got time. He throws over the middle, hits Miller between two, and Miller cannot hold on to it as he takes a hit right at the point of, and he's shaken up as he's slow to get up. That was Carstensen with a nice defensive play right over the middle there, but Dante Miller unable to hold on to it. That'll make it 4th and 10. The Tigers will have to punt.
Boy, and a mega hit from David Cooper. That young linebacker is really a go-getter there, and that was a good solid hit on Dante. It separated him from the football.
McAdoo back to punt for the Tigers. Standing on his own 36-yard line. Back deep, it'll be Brandstetter and number 6, Miguel Lee. Tigers confused as what's going on. Now they're going to call a timeout with 2 seconds left on the play clock with 5:31 here in the second quarter, as the punting unit kind of didn't have looked a little unorganized there, Billy.
Just a little confusion, and better to take the timeout. Tigers had plenty to burn. That's the first timeout that the Tigers have taken. And so both teams have 2 timeouts remaining as we're at the 5.5-minute mark, second quarter. And, you know, Lawton MacArthur started pretty strongly and looked kind of bad for Ardmore there as they looked really out of sync on that first drive. The defense has played better on the series since that time, so we've settled into kind of a defensive struggle here all of a sudden. 6-0, of course, the score for Lawton MacArthur. Ardmore offense yet to get on track, though. They have not been able to put together a drive.
That summary brought to you by Crystal Clear Communications, your authorized Verizon wireless agent, as they just celebrated their first-year anniversary last weekend, and congratulations to the fine folks there. 808 12th Street Northwest in Ardmore. Crystal Clear Communications, your authorized Verizon wireless agent. McAdoo will now come out to do the punting duties. Again, at the 36-yard line, back deep, Brandstetter and Mikael Lee. So they're standing on their own 20. It's a good snap. They get it away, a nice punt. So he gets it all the way down to the 15. It takes the Tiger roll and rolls out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. Almost to the 7. They'll mark it between the 7 and 8-yard line. What a great punt there by Drew McAdoo, and that'll trap the Highlanders back deep in their own territory, Billy.
Yeah, and again, same thing we said last time. Drew kind of keeping him in it with his right foot this time instead of the right arm, as the punt weapon has been the best weapon for the Tigers in the first half. McAdoo and also Maurice Grant with a couple of blocks, kind of keeping the Tigers in this one.
Send it down quickly to the button sideline. David Polk, and David, I know the field's still a little bit wet, but kind of tell us what do you think the conditions are?
Oh, it's still, there's a lot of turf coming up down here where they're cutting, where the turf is given away, and it's making it difficult for them to have the footing they need to make things happen, which is good for Ardmore on defense with this misdirection MacArthur team.
They hand it off to J.R. Harris around the left side as he comes from the right side, right end position. He'll get across and turns the corner, gain of about 4, maybe 5 yards. They'll mark it at the 15-yard line. So they'll make it a gain of 7. It'll be second down and a short 3.
Ankle tackle for Ellis Knight that time on J.R. Harris. Harris, nice job just kind of idling through there looking for a place to go with the ball, and didn't look like he had much of a hole, but then you look up and he picks up 7 yards or so on first down.
We want to remind everybody to stay tuned at the half. We'll have the Ardmore girls softball as they're getting ready to go to state. Coach Saxon and a couple of the girls come up during the halftime as Carstensen hands off to the second man through. It'll be a nice gain there. He'll get up to the 21-yard line, and that's going to be David Cooper, the ball carrier.
And David Cooper is a load at linebacker. He's also a load at fullback, or whatever you want to call him. Call him anything that he wants to be called, but he plays like a man out there. 5'11", 190-pound senior for the Highlanders.
1st and 10, and move the chains as Gene Cormier will come off the field for the Tigers. 4:22 left in the first half of play, as it's been pretty much a ground game. Man in motion to the right. Carstensen looks to throw downfield. He's trying to throw far to the right side. He's got his man, and it was incomplete as Miguel Lee unable to bring it in, but he was wide open as he hit the 50. Maurice Grant was trailing. He had gotten a step on him, Billy, but luckily unable to hold on to the football.
Oh, that was a perfect throw from Ryan Carstensen to his favorite target has been Miguel Lee. And credit Maurice Grant. He got over there late, really had to close the gap, but got over there, disrupted things just enough to get Lee to take his eye off the football enough to put it on the turf.
Heard the footsteps, as they say. 2 receivers to the left, to the right side. Nobody to the left. 1 lone back. Man in motion. Hands off to the fullback up the middle. He'll cross the 23, 24, and 25-yard line, and he'll be brought down there. That's David Cooper again in the backfield. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it 3rd down and 6.
Just pounding away up the middle that time. And I tell you what, Lawton MacArthur is tough to defense because they can run it wide with their speed. They've also got a great power game up the middle with David Cooper as he picks up 4 yards up the gut.
That's going to open up that passing game even more. They'll send 3 to the right, 1 to the left. One lone back, Carsonson back to pass as he rolls to his right side, and he's going to get tracked down from behind. Fumble as the ball comes flying out and it goes out of bounds. Carsonson's brought down, or they're going to call it intentional grounding. I thought it was a fumble.
That's Kevin Andrews as he had him by the back of the jersey. Carsonson just trying to get rid of the football there.
Let's send it down to David Polk in the button sideline, and that pumped up the sideline there, David.
Well, that was textbook. That's exactly what happened. The official was right on top of it. He's laying out, about to be tackled. He's going down and throws the ball. He should have just eaten that one. They'd have been a lot better off. Great for Ardmore.
As that'll be, is that a loss of down, Billy, as well as, or David, as well as the yardage?
Yeah, I think it is.
They're gonna mark it off from the point of the infraction, which was back at the 16-yard line.
5 yards and loss.
5 yards and loss of down, so that'll make it 4th down and a long 20. As the first down yard to gain is at about the 32-yard line. Back to punt will be number 8, Wesley Westbrook for the Highlanders. Back deep, standing in Lawton territory, or MacArthur territory, will be Dante Miller. He's standing at the 45-yard line. Low snap, it's on the ground. He tries to kick it off the ground and does, as the Tigers will pick it up at the 12-yard line, 13-yard line. There's a flag on the play, as that's probably illegal, what he tried to do, Billy. David Polk, tell us what's going on.
That's an illegal kick with his foot. He's not allowed to do that, and he reached out there and kicked it. So we're going to see what we actually do with this here, where he comes with it.
I would think that they take the result of the play, and then they'll have to give him.
Well, just to clarify for those at home, it was a bad snap. It was on the ground. The punter just kicked the ball off of the ground up past the line of scrimmage. One of the Tigers picked it up, ran it down to the 5-yard line. Now, I got it to that point, David. Now you straighten it out from there. Well,
really, then that's exactly what happened. One of the things that could have happened here is the officials are being very kind, because when he goes to kick that ball on the ground, that can be a personal foul and really cause a pretty significant problem. But they're not going to do that. We'll take the results of the down. It'll be 1st and 10, just outside the 10-yard line for Ardmore. What we needed.
What a great break there as we get ready to come to the close here in the first half of play. 3:19 as the Tigers recovered the kick, actually picked it up and advanced it another 6 or 7 yards. It fell at the 20 off the kick off the ground, and then I believe it was Dante Miller who picked it up, but I'm not sure. As the Tiger offense now with a huge break. I formation, 2 receivers to the near side. McAdoo under center, hands off to the second man through, and that's going to be Marquise Booker as he gets tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down and 11.
Boy, the linebacker Chris Moore got back there, made a nice tackle in the backfield, because that play was developing pretty well to the left side. But I'll tell you what, the linebackers for MacArthur, very active, and they are in the backfield that time to disrupt that play.
And they're very quick as they get to the ball quickly, close the gaps, and they shut down the holes as they're getting penetration almost every play on the Ardmore offensive line of scrimmage. McAdoo will come under center. He's got an I formation. That's going to be DeJuan Miles front man, Marquise Booker in the back. Dots the I. Jermaine Gresham to the left side, Dante Miller in the slot. Throws out to Miller. Catches it at the 15, 10, 7, and he's going to get wrapped up and brought out of bounds. No, they're not going to say he's out of bounds. The clock continues to run at the 7-yard line. That's going to make it 3rd down and a long 6.
And that tackle made by the linebacker Chris Moores. That's just a quick throw to Dante Miller out on the left boundary, and that's just doing something with nothing. No blockers in front of him, just juked around, took it downfield for a small gain, picked up about 3 yards there.
And the Tigers can get a 1st down, but it'll be about 6 inches shy of the goal line. They'll take a timeout, talk things over. We'll take one as well. We're back after this on 95.7 KKHA. huge break off of an errant punt. I'll call it errant. I don't even know if that's a real word.
It was a bad snap.
It's a bad snap and
an illegal kick.
An illegal kick. And now the Tigers with great field position. They started on their own 10. They're down at the 7-yard line.
And Terry, for those who didn't hear the start of the game, that's exactly how MacArthur scored on Ardmore. As Ardmore had a bad snap, blocked a punt, took the ball at the Ardmore 24 and capitalized, and that's how they got the 6 points. Of course, MacArthur 6-0 the lead. Now the Tigers have to answer, take this bad snap on MacArthur's part and put it in the end zone for some points.
McAdoo will come under center. Lone back in the backfield, that's going to be DeJuan Miles. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. McAdoo back to pass. He's under pressure. Man, he's all the way back at almost the 30-yard line. Throws it down, and it's almost intercepted as it goes out of bounds. And then Dante Miller, the intended receiver, but almost a costly decision there by McAdoo to throw the football. But the Tigers will get one more down and one more chance at it.
Well, great coverage by Miguel Lee, and that on the quick guy, Dante Miller, and he just had him blanketed, and that was scary for a second because Drew is running for his life, kind of at an angle back and away from the intended receiver, just trying to get rid of the ball, and I was afraid Miguel Lee was going to jump over there and catch it.
4th down and 7. First down marker is almost at the goal line. As Tigers are going to go for it. McAdoo under center. 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. That's Jermaine Gresham. He's about 4 yards out. He'll call a timeout. Didn't like what he saw defensively. Tigers will talk it over, maybe kick a field goal instead. We'll take a timeout as well. We're back after this on 95.7 KKAJ. David Polk. I want to remind everybody tomorrow morning live from the Prairie Kitchen. Come on out and have some breakfast with us as we'll have all the area coaches. It's the Mike Kellick Chevrolet Coaches Show live from the Prairie Kitchen. 8:30 tomorrow morning right here on 95.7 KKJ. Also tomorrow we're giving away the Harley. It's the More Than Harley or the Coors Hog Party at the Tivoli tomorrow night. Come on out and enjoy some live entertainment with the band Shovelhead. KKJ, KTRX, and KYNZ. It'll be Drew McAdoo under center. He's got 4 receivers, 2 to left, 2 right. Back to pass, keeps it, goes forward. He's not going to get to the marker or barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be turnover on downs as the Highlanders will take over 1st and 10 from their own 6-yard line.
Guess who? Jermaine Cudjoe in the middle just disrupted that play. Nobody could get him blocked in the middle. Drew really had no chance with that. And, boy, Tigers wasted a golden opportunity. They took that ball at the Lawton MacArthur 11 and could not move it but about, 5 yards on that possession. Good defense for Lawton MacArthur.
Don't know if you don't try to kick the field goal at that point, Billy, and get points going into the locker room at the half. That'll be Coach Lloyd will have to live with that decision. I'm sure he will. As Carsonson will come under center. Hands off to the fullback, and this time Cooper tried to jump the line of scrimmage, and he didn't get anywhere as he got tripped up there. Gene Cormier and Brian Booker with a nice tackle.
Well, if the Tigers had some timeouts left, they might call a few here to try to get another possession here with 1:40 left, but no timeouts remaining for the Tigers. So you got to think Lawton MacArthur are going to be very conservative, just run out this clock, take this 6-0 lead into the halftime locker room.
A gain of a yard, maybe 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8 on the hop over the line of scrimmage. Carsonson will come under center. He'll send 3 receivers over to the left side. Man in motion to the left. That's going to be Rentas as he gets around the outside, crosses the 10, and he gets wrapped up, still on his feet. Pushes his way forward up to the 13, maybe 14-yard line. It'll be shy of the 1st down, so it'll be 3rd down and a couple. But a nice run there by Gareth Rentas.
And, man, I don't have this stat. I don't know how many different guys have carried the ball for Lawton MacArthur, but it's got to be in double digits by now. As Rentas is another good-looking back. Gareth Wrenches, he's a junior, 5'10", 167 pounds, pretty solid built young man.
That they give the ball to everybody. Everybody's eligible. This time he hands off right up the middle. It's going to be Cooper. He's going to get backed up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, so that'll make it a nice fourth down play there. Is now with 22 seconds on the clock. Not sure what's going on there.
And the clock is still ticking, Terry. 16, 15 seconds left. And
Well,
Lawton MacArthur in no hurry, 4th and 1 here. And they really don't want to punt as they had the bad snap on the last punt. So they're just going to let things run down as far as they can.
They're going to let the clock expire as the half comes to a close. 6-0, the Highlanders lead as the Tigers unable to put it in when they had the opportunity. They'll have to try it again in the second half. As they'll go talk it over. We're going to come back in a moment. We'll talk to head coach Saxon, Coach Saxon of the Ardmore girls softball, as well as the wrap up some first half stats. I want to remind everybody too that the Ardmore band tomorrow going to district competition as they're going to show us their contest formations tonight. It should be a great performance. The Ardmore band getting ready to take the field as district competition for them begins tomorrow as well. David, we'll be back with the halftime show after this. It's 6-0, the Highlanders on top. We'll be back after this on 95.7 KKJ. Terry Long alongside Billy Wallace as David Polk heads way back down toward the sideline, and both teams are out of the locker room as we come to a conclusion of the halftime show, and a lot going on out here at the stadium tonight. They did a community and schools presentation. They also did
Hello.
Hello. They also did a couple of other presentations and a lot of things happening out here tonight at the ball game.
As always, and we got to see the crowd, the quickness of the crowd as they had to exit the arena there as there steady rain. And it appears that most of them stuck around, Terry, and have come back to enjoy the second half.
I think you're right. They just went underneath, and we're checking out some the fine facilities here at Noble Stadium and participating with the concession stands, but able to come back out, and hopefully we'll see a little bit of a more offensive production. I guess the Tiger offense hasn't been able to move the football very well tonight as they've I know y'all ran down the stats, but go ahead and recap those again real quick.
Well, total net yards for Ardmore, only 27 at halftime to 98 for MacArthur. MacArthur leads the rushing category, 80 yards to 19 for the Tigers. Passing really was not much better for the Ardmore Tigers as they completed 2 of 5. And so anyway, 27 net yards for Ardmore, 98. Either team not really lighting it up exactly, but you know, you have to think that the conditions had something to do with this first half. But the thing that we keep talking about is it's anybody's ball game. Still only a 6-0 game, so you know things went a little bit ugly for Ardmore early, but they have every opportunity to come back, play well in the second half, still win this ball game. And
a missed opportunity for the Tigers. They had it down in the red zone at the end of the second half, unable to get it on the points on the scoreboard. As we get ready to start off this second half, we'll have to see if the adjustments made at the half will benefit the Tigers. As we'll check in with David Polk in the sideline after the kickoff. As Ryan Keaton getting ready to do the kicking back deep for the Highlanders. It'll be number 6, Miguel Lee. He's standing on his own 4-yard line. Ryan Keaton with the kick. As the kick is up, it's going to be high, but it's going to be short. It's going to be fielded at the 25. He gets up to the 28-yard line. The Tigers cover it quickly. Credit number 44 with the stop and the tackle. That's going to be Jared Fields. Highlanders will take over 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line.
And here we go. A couple of scores real quickly to throw at you. Late in the second quarter, Davis 27, Plainview nothing. And at halftime, Rush Springs leading Hilton 14-7 thanks to Mike Strong. He's going to get us some more scores. Got a late jump. Will be helping us throughout the evening.
And the scoring recap and summary brought to you by Crystal Clear Communications, 808 12th Northwest. As Cooper takes it around the right side. He gets hog-collared, as you say, Billy, by number 65, Kevin Andrews, with a great tackle there. It'll be a loss of a yard on the first play of the second half here for the Highlanders.
Kevin Andrews really playing well all season for the Tigers. Great wheels, good size, 6'2", 200 pounds, just a junior. Spent most of the week last week in the Duncan backfield, has made a couple of big plays tonight, and just got outside, and that guy's a tough guy to get down, as Cooper is a stout young man for the Highlanders.
Karstensen comes under center. Two receivers out to the far side. There'll be movement on the play, and the flags come a-flying, and that's going to back up the Highlanders 5 yards, and it'll make it second down in about 16.
Looked like one of the offensive linemen moved a little bit on this right end, and that's going to back them up 5. Tigers seem to have working on a good mood coming out of that second half. A little firepower out there as Kevin Andrews got things started with a nice defensive play on the first play of the second half.
Karstensen comes under center again. He's got one lone back in the backfield, 3 out to the left side. 1 in the slot to the right, and that's Renthus. He goes in motion. Cooper gets the call, though. He's going to get stacked up at the line of scrimmage again. Marquise Booker and Robert Gordon with a nice tackle and gang tackling there. It'll be a loss of another yard, or maybe no gain on the play. We'll say that. Still, and it'll be third down and 16.
And you would like to keep Lawton MacArthur in third down and long, as again, they don't feature the pass. They kind of feature the surprise kind of pass, and you get them in a predictable passing situation. The advantage should be with the Tiger defense here. A chance to hold them and get some good offensive field position for their offensive unit.
What we've seen now is the Tigers are starting to get accustomed to this offense. They're starting to make plays, step up, and stop them at the line. Man in motion, Karstensen keeps it, rolls to his left side, shoots up through the line, and he'll gain maybe 2 or 3 yards. He'll cross the 25 and get up to about the 28-yard line. So he won't recover near enough yardage for the first down. It'll be 4th and 12, and the punting unit will come on as Dante Miller heads back deep for the Tigers.
Pretty conservative play there as they just choose to roll out their senior quarterback to the left side. Just let him pick up what he can through the running game, and we'll put MacArthur in a punting situation.
Miller back deep for the Tigers. He's standing in his own 35-yard line. It's a nice snap. They get the kick away. It'll be a high wobbler. Miller fields it, then drops it, picks it up, keeps it. He's going to get wrapped up right where he caught it, though, after the hesitation there. Nice coverage downfield by D'Angelo Williams of the Highlanders. And mark it at the 37-yard line, and that's where Dante Miller was brought down. The Tigers will take over 1st and 10.
Well, and it wasn't really pretty, but with D'Angelo Williams bearing down there, Dante, pretty nice job of concentrating there, as he knew he had to get on top of that football and knew he was going to get pounded, but did get on top of it.
As the first play for the Tigers of the second half, McAdoo will come under center. Gresham comes to the near side with Dante Miller in the slot. Far side, Maurice Grant and Justin Day. McAdoo, man in motion, that's Miller. Handoff and an end around. Maurice Grant puts the ball on the turf, and he gets blocked out of the way. The ball's still flopping around, and it's going to go out of bounds, and the Highlanders recover, and it'll be a turnover on the Tigers as Maurice Grant unable to hold on to the exchange from Drew McAdoo, and the Tigers turn it over. It'll be 1st and 10 Lawton from the 30-yard line.
Maurice just lost the handle. Then I think he kicked it, and it almost was spinning like a top on the sideline there. And Tiger fans hoping the ball would carry itself out of bounds. Didn't do it. Stayed in bounds, and too many yellow pants over in that vicinity for the Highlanders, and they're on top of it. First mistake of the second half now belongs to the Tigers. And
it really just went – Maurice got blocked out of the play where he couldn't make a play on the ball. As the defense will have to step up here. Karstensen comes under center. Hands off to number 6. He goes around the left side, gets through the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 3. That'll be Miguel Lee. He'll cross the 30-yard line, get down to the 28, and that's where they'll mark it. Make that the 29, and it'll be second down and about 7.
Dante Moore on the tackle for the Tigers. Yeah, that's another just quick handoff inside. Miguel Lee lined up to the right side, took the handoff going to his left. And pretty short gain there, pretty well defensed, and a nice play again for the Tigers, Dante Moore.
Carstensen comes under center. Again, that formation with 3 out to the left side, man in motion. Ball's on the ground. Carstensen tries to get underneath the center to get to it. I don't know if he did or not.
I think the Highlanders got it back.
I believe he did. He recovered his own fumble. But that's what you like to see there is the first time the Highlanders have had a hiccup in their offense.
Well, they've had a couple of mistakes. Again, Tigers didn't capitalize, but put that one on the turf. Carstensen, nice job just getting on that football. You know, and you almost have to get back to basics, take care of the football, as both teams have struggled with the hands out there on the field tonight, on the damp field.
Got to be the wet turf. 8:20 left in the third quarter. Man coming to his right side, that's Lee. He's going to get stacked up right at the line of scrimmage, unable to turn the corner on the outside. And it'll be a gain of a half a yard, if that. It'll be 4th down and 7, as the Tigers defense has done a great job holding here after the turnover.
Credit the tackle, Kevin Andrews, again on that left side, defensive lineman for the Tigers, as he fought through some traffic. And number 4, J.R. Harris, pretty shifty, as all 8 of the ball carriers are for Lawton MacArthur, but that time a good sure tackle for Kevin Andrews.
4 down territory for the Highlanders as they come out to the huddle. Carstensen, now we have a official timeout. Nope, it'll be a Lawton timeout. We'll take one as well back after this on 95.7 KKAJ. This is
Lawton MacArthur here and just put him out of reach.
third down and 3.
And
The 4:35 left in the ball game. Lionel Jimenez comes under center for the Tigers. 3 left, 2 to the right. Now we got movement on the play. Gresham on the flat 40 to the 35, jumps over the defender and runs bounds. There is a flag on the far side. Let's send it down to David Polk and let's see what it was.
I think the left-hand side of our line, those 3 guys out there on the left-hand side jumped a little bit, possibly, so we're probably going to back that up.
I think you're absolutely right. I think that's what I saw.
Okay, hey guys,
But
I
now-
just got a score down here. Dixon and Lone Grove. Dixon's up 7-0. They delayed that game out there. All that lightning that we saw earlier in the night delayed the game at Lone Grove, so it's just halftime. Or
Wow.
Dixon.
Now how does that happen? Delay over there, 7 miles, nothing here. Lightning was on the far side, or maybe it was at Dixon.
It was at Dixon.
Okay,
the game's
that's
at
where the
Dixon
lightning
tonight,
was
so that's
earlier.
where
You're
the
right.
lightning was. So.
Well, it went around us.
They got to wait 30
Somehow.
minutes, I guess, without seeing any lightning before they can start the game back up. So
Well, they had a great lightning show over there. I was just glad it was east of us and not here for us.
4:23 left in the ball game. 21-0 the Tigers trail as they're trying to put some points on the board. They don't want to go home with a shutout. Lionel Jimenez back, steps up into the pocket, launches it downfield. Now we're going to get interference, and it's going to be on the Lawton Highlanders. As Dante Miller with a great acting job there, as he ran into the defender. The defender pushed off to go for the ball, and
That was a great call.
great call.
Great call.
I have to agree. But great acting job there by Dante Miller.
Yeah.
Is there
Well, he
pass
really,
interference, first down, and that'll move the chains.
honestly, the defensive back, it did impede Dante's ability to go to the ball, and Dante just made sure he made contact so folks would know that.
Not real sure, though, if the ball was catchable.
That doesn't make any difference in high school ball. That's not a high school rule.
That was Chris Nettles, and he's a load to run into for Dante Miller. He bounced off of him pretty good there.
Yeah, he did.
As the Tigers come out, same formation. 3 left, 2 to the right. Lionel under center. Jimenez back. 2-step drop. Quick out to Gresham. Gresham at the 30. Tries to evade 2 tacklers. Then he loses the ball out of bounds. As they strip the ball away, he tried to reach out and gain a few more yards. It'll be a gain of a couple. Make it 2nd down and 8 with 4:08 left on the clock.
Just a swarming defense out there after the reception. Again, Mitchell Eichenauer, and he just raked that football out of there. Jermaine just trying to make something happen, and Eichenauer just reached out, slapped it out of bounds.
Well, they gave him forward progress. It will be a gain of 5 as I guess the ball went out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So it's 2nd down and 5. Now we've got a different formation. Colbert in the backfield. It's a draw play, and the Highlanders read it perfectly and slammed him to the turf right as he caught the foot, or right as he took the exchange from Lionel.
And
Now
I
we have
think
a
one of the
Highlander
Highlanders down. I think it's the big guy.
Cujo.
Yeah, he's the guy that stuffed it up. He made the play, just jammed his blocker back right into the play, but he is still down. And, boy, that guy is a load now.
3:53 left on the clock. We'll take a timeout while they work on the injured player. We're back after this on 95.7 KKJ. As Jamel Cujo gets up under his own power and wakes his way off the field under his own power as he was shaken up on the play. 21-0 the score. The Highlanders lead. 3:53 left in the ball game as the clock will begin after the injury timeout there. Once the referees are set and the ball is set. Billy?
I was just looking at the big guy, 6'3", 271 defensive tackle. One of the most imposing defensive tackles I've seen at Lawton MacArthur since Jamal Brown was over there a few years ago.
Jimenez under center. Back to pass. Got
Oh.
pressured, and now he's going to get wrapped
Kaboom.
up by number 65, and that's going to be the big man. Thank you, Nathan Fernandez with the tackle. He hit Jimenez in the backfield. Looked like he was going to get away, Lionel was, but he didn't. Then he got wrapped up. It was a nice tackle.
Yes.
Loss of 4. It'll be 4th down and 14.
Want to remind everybody you can watch the replay Tuesday and Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, cable channel 17. No, it hadn't been a very pretty game for the Tigers, but a pretty good ball club for Lawton MacArthur. Certainly worth seeing. And want to remind everybody that's on Tuesday and Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock, channel 17.
Probably the Tigers' last chance. They'll go deep with it Dante Miller, the intended receiver, down. It is incomplete. It'll be a turnover on downs by the Tigers. The Highlanders will take over 1st and 10. We want to remind everybody tomorrow morning at 8:30. I'll have all the area coaches around the Prairie Kitchen. We'll have breakfast and serve up some talk about tonight's matchups as well as next week's games. As all the area coaches, the Mike Hellick Chevrolet Coaches Show, live from the Prairie Kitchen each and every Saturday at 8:30. Also tomorrow afternoon at the Tivoli, starting at 4:30, 5 o'clock, we'll have the registration for the Harley giveaway. The Coors Light Hog Party will kick off at about 4:30 with Shovelhead live from Dallas as they'll come up and play. Come on down to the Hog Party and check it out as we'll give away that Harley and custom trailer and custom jewelry tomorrow at around 5 o'clock. They'll start the drawing the keys. They'll start trying keys about 6.
Not to be confused with Buckethead.
Correct. not to be confused.
I've heard that one a few times.
A couple other things. We want to thank all of our sponsors, Button Starter and Alternator Repair. Stop by there and get your free battery check as they'll test your battery, get it ready for the winter at no charge. That's Button Starter and Alternator Repair, 28 North Commerce in Ardmore. Also, thanks to Crystal Clear Communications for the scoring summaries this evening. They're your authorized Verizon wireless agent. As the Highlanders just basically are running clock, and they lost a couple of yards. Man in motion this time. Carstensen will keep it. He'll try to roll around on the outside. He'll slide underneath, gain of a yard. But he does keep it in bounds, and that'll keep the clock running. 2 minutes left in the ballgame.
I wonder if Ryan's a baseball player, because that was a textbook slide over there on the sideline to keep from going out of bounds. Wants to keep that clock moving now as we're under 2 minutes. And you know, Terry, David, sometimes you just have to take your hat off to the other team. Lawton MacArthur, pretty good ball club.
I'll agree with you 100%. David Polk, what do you think?
I just think they came to town and they did what they had to do, and they're more physical than us. They're bigger than us. They've got a great game plan, but I think the key there, too, guys, is MacArthur brought 16 starters back, and Ardmore comes back with, what, 3 or 4 or 5 kids that had some really good experience. So it sure showed on the field tonight.
Last year's state championship runner-ups, as they were actually the intended, should have been state champions. I guess everybody's picked them to win, and Shawnee came up there and won, but now there's a timeout on the field. As we'll just keep it right here and talk a little bit about is the Highlanders.
Well, you know, we talked about their offense before the game, but I'll tell you what's impressive is their defense. I mean, because Ardmore has never gotten out of the gate. That last drive, Ardmore took it at their own 5 and drove it down to, what, the 46. That's as far as they've gotten all night. So, I mean, their offense is a load, and it's a different look, and it makes you really play well and cover all the areas. But when you've got a defense like they've got, I'm telling you, you don't have to score very many points because they're solid on defense.
I think you're absolutely right. I think the Tiger defense had a little bit of trouble with that offense early on, the first couple of possessions. But I think after they got used to that misdirection and used to watching everybody to make sure they didn't catch the ball or get the handoff as everybody ran the football tonight. But they've done a very good job of containing this offense, pretty much except for a couple of key turnovers and giving them good field position. So I think the defense has played real well. As Lawton will, it's third down and about 11 yards and 1:17 left on the clock. A little pitch out to the left side. It'll be D'Angelo Williams, and there's a flag on the play. He'll get up to the 47-yard line, but there is a flag back deep in the backfield. We'll have to see who that's going to be on.
Holding on the offense.
That was the wide receiver out here. He grabbed our cornerback as he was trying to move back in to make that tackle, and the line judge was right on it.
That's Marcus Lindsay, the tailback, fullback. And
also for those who heard us talking about Cudjoe being injured, he's back out on the field right now. So just a little nicked up. It wasn't injured that hard to hurt that big guy.
Shook up a little bit.
I think he just kind of caught a knee or something in the belly there. It was a wind thing down here on the field. It looked like I felt like he'd be good.
As a lot of the fans have hung in here for the 4 quarters, and I know the Tiger fans or the Tiger players appreciate that.
Well, I remember that matchup several years ago over at Lawton MacArthur when Ardmore had Cliff Takawana, who's about 300 pounds, went to OU, and Lawton MacArthur had Jamal Brown, who is still at Oklahoma, a starter on the offensive line. That was quite a ball game, quite a battle that night.
These two teams, a long history of doing battle year in and year out, and they hand it off to Lindsey up the middle. He'll cross the 42-yard line after the penalty, and that'll turn the ball over on downs with 36 seconds or 35 seconds left on the clock. They hadn't stopped it yet. The clock continues to run, and now we've got a timeout. I'm not real sure what's going there where they stop it finally. Timeout Ardmore. As the Tigers will take one as well. Back after this on 95.7 KKJ. Welcome back to Noble Stadium as the Tigers let the punt fall to the ground. No time expires. 23 seconds left on the clock. And the Tigers will have one last-ditch effort to put points on the board before the ball game comes to a close. You don't want to go get a shutout, but sometimes it happens. And when you go up against a defense like Lawton, I believe it will.
I agree with you. And they have played solid all night. They have made the most of their opportunities. Tigers with some mistakes, and MacArthur made the Tigers pay for them, and Ardmore could not capitalize. Had I guess it was a block punt is what you'd consider down on the 5-yard line. Couldn't get any points in the first half.
Lionel throws it over there. Almost gets the ball picked off by David Cooper again from the linebackers. Jermaine Gresham, the intended receiver, over here to the right side. 18 seconds left on the clock. And David Polk, I'm going to ask you to come up to the booth as Billy will have to leave early. We'll help with the post-game show up here as we'll wrap things up, go over some stats here afterwards. Talk to the coach tomorrow morning as at the coach's show. He'll be at the Prairie Kitchen live at 8:30 tomorrow morning. We'll get his thoughts on tonight's matchup. Lionel back to throw. He looks, now he throws out here to the right side. Jermaine Gresham, the receiver, he catches it at the 30, gets driven out of bounds. As that'll stop the clock with 10 seconds left on the clock.
And some people think, why do you go out of bounds? Well, you know, this is an exercise in doing those things that you might have to do on down the road somewhere when it's not a runaway such as this. You know, somewhere down the road you may just need one touchdown with 20 seconds left. You got to learn how to work under extreme conditions. And so Ardmore getting in a little practice here. Probably a hopeless situation, but you got to keep playing.
As they break the huddle, it'll be shotgun formation. Gresham out to the far side, 3 to the right side. Lionel looks, hits McAdoo at the 40. He runs out of bounds with 6 seconds. Right, you want to practice your 2-minute drill, get it down. The Highlanders playing a little bit of prevent defense right now. Really not putting as much pressure on the quarterback as they were earlier in the ballgame.
And Terry, we're heading to Oklahoma City next week. I believe it's Southeast next on the schedule for the Tigers from beautiful Spiegel Stadium. Your first chance to broadcast from Spiegel.
Thank you for that. Warning, as you are correct. Southeast struggling a little bit this year, but formidable that's one that, you know, that can sneak up on you if you're not Here.
Southeast is usually, the Tigers play John Marshall this year instead of U.S. Grand, but generally Southeast.
Throw, he goes out to Gresham in the flat. Gresham at the 45. He cuts back, goes to the 50. Gets across the 50 as the clock expires, and that's going to do it. As your final score, 21-0, the Highlanders win it over the Tigers. Back with the post-game wrap-up after this on 95.7 KKAJ.